title of this case is U.S. Veterans Association or Veterans Administration versus Jose Melendez III. This is a termination of tenancy case. There was a mortgage sale in April and a mortgage foreclosure in July, and they are asking you to vacate these premises at North Nottawa Street in Sturgis. As a defendant in such a case, you have certain rights. Mr. Chevernak, do I have my facts straight? There was a mortgage sale in April, the foreclosure was filed in July, and here we are in December. Defendant was served personally. There may be other occupants that appear to have been served by substitution. Mr. Melendez, what's your position?
As far as what, Your Honor?
Well, have you made any provision to move?
I'm in the process now. I don't know if you remember, it was last year. I had to evict my ex-wife because
yes, I recall.
Yeah. I'm starting to get back on my feet financially. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but for some reason she can just manipulate the heck out of me. And just as she did when we were married, it kept me drained of all money. I mean, I would love to stay here, but honestly, I got in over my head on this. I was in a bad and desperate place, and I was trying to keep my family together, and I extended myself farther than I should. Of course, I also thought I was going to have some help, so that was my mistake there. I should have just been able to do it on my own. I'm in the process of trying to find some place that I can actually afford.
Well, people tell me that all the time. I would move if I had somewhere to move to. There aren't enough places to move to, and there aren't enough affordable places. Right now, your rent is zero and has been for some time. It's probably been several years since any mortgage payment's been made on this VA loan.
Right.
They started the foreclosure process. That was in April. They have to wait at least 6 months for this hearing. And so the clock is ticking, and we're at 11:50 and we're coming close to midnight.
I understand.
The law requires that I adjourn this matter at least 7 days. That would take us to next Monday. Let's take a look at that. Next Monday is the 22nd. And boy, am I jammed up there. I would set this for 2:15 on Monday, December 22nd. Does that work for you, Mr. Chevernak?
Yes, Your Honor, that'll be fine with me.
$2:15 on December 22nd.
Yeah, we should send you a new notice. Now, by law, you would get what they asked for. You would get 10 days from that day to move or be subject to being evicted, which would be January the 2nd, January 1st, January 2nd. So this is the long process of the long wait between mortgage sale and actual eviction. They can agree to discuss some terms of vacating with you, but you've seen this train coming, and it's been coming for several years, and it's close to the coming out of the tunnel. Mr. Chevernak, would you be interested in talking with the client in a breakout room to discuss potential options?
The only real option I would be able to discuss with him would be a move out date, whether he wants to discuss that today or if he wants to discuss that next time. I'm agreeable to either one.
All right, by law, the move out date would be 10 days from December 22nd, which would be January 2nd for all intents and purposes. They could agree to give you additional time. Maybe time in January is not a great time to move, but he has some discretion. He could discuss that with you here today, or you could wait till next week. But it does appear they're going to get what they asked for.
Right.
The bank has foreclosed on this. You're going to have to move, and you've known that since at least April. So do you wish to speak to him today or wait till next week?
No, we can talk today. I don't see a
All right,
problem.
let me put you in a breakout room, Mr. Chevernak, and you guys can discuss.
Sure. If we reach an agreement, you want us to come back and put that on the
Yeah,
record?
that'd be fine. I'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Melendez and Mr. Chevernak. And well, you guys talk privately and I'll just conduct some additional business here.
Thank you.
Okay. And then we'll rejoin once we're done.
All right. All right. I guess that's all I've got. So Ms. Marquez, your landlord claims that your rent is substantially behind. I want you to pay the rent or move. We'll break that down here in just a moment. So this is filed as a demand for non-payment of rent, meaning they ask you to, Mr. Melendez is, hopefully he's in the breakout room. All right, this is a property located in the village of White Pigeon. And according to Mr. Davidson's judgment information, through November 13th through December 15th, you owe $1,200. 4 weeks times $300 equals $1,200. Plus the original 1,509. You paid, so that adds up to the rent through December 15th is $2,709. You have paid $715. So they contend the arrearage through December 15th is $1,994. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Davidson?
I lost track of where you were going with that. Yep. Your Honor, I uncharacteristically submitted the numbers for a judgment this time.
Yeah, they're a little hard to decipher, but I think I got them, and I'm adding the number, the cost. $55 filing fee plus 53.50 service fee plus a $75 statutory attorney fee is $183.50. So if we add 1,994 plus 183.50 equals 2,175. $2,177.50. Do you agree with that, Ms. Marquez, or disagree?
Your Honor, I'm not sure there was a service fee. Do you have an invoice from Bruce?
Yeah, $53.50.
Okay, thank you. My apology. Never mind. Yes, and thank you for catching that.
Ms. Marquez, do you agree with that or disagree?
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you guys. It's quiet. Can you say that again?
Well, I can't hear Mr. Davidson very well either, but the contention is that through December 15th, you owe $1,994 in rent plus $183.50 in costs for a total of $2,177.50. your rent is $300 per week, which is pretty substantial.
Yeah.
What's your position?
Well, I do want to, stay in my house. Obviously, I want to pay him. I wasn't really doing good at work and like I was losing hours, but I got a new job at an Amazon factory close to me, so I'm going to pay.
All right, well, the law requires that I adjourn this 7 days. When we do this next week, you're either gonna have to come in here live in person or figure out how to do a Zoom. I don't want to do it by telephone only, but we'll make do for today. I'm gonna continue this
Okay.
to next week. That would be December 22nd
All
at
right.
2:20 p.m. Now, you can talk with your landlord in the meantime. By the time we meet next week, there's going to be another $300 rent due.
Okay. I don't
But
know
through
if he
today,
might.
that's the amount of rent that's due. Then I would give you 10 days from next week to either pay the rent or vacate, which would be January 2nd. So if he got what he asked for, he could evict you on or after January 2nd. And I don't think you want that. So
Right. Well,
you say you are working?
yes, I started work at the Amazon factory on the 18th. I was working at the Chicken Shack in Constantine, but hours were slowing down, so I got a new job.
Where is the Amazon center?
It's in Bristol.
Oh. All right. Are you missing work right now?
At the moment, I am like not at work right now.
All right. Well, you can zoom in from work, but I'd like to be able to see you. I also can't hear you very well. So we're
Yeah.
gonna adjourn this to next Monday, December 22nd at 2:20 p.m.
All right. And do I come in or another
You
Zoom
can come
call?
in right to the courthouse, or you can zoom in. You can practice between now and then. You should be able to do it with your phone, but I want to be able to see you. Now, if you get with your landlord and you work out some plan to get caught up on the rent, or you pay all of it, perhaps we could do a conditional order of dismissal. But at this point, it's 2177, and there'll be another 300 due, so it'd be 2477.50 is what'll be due when I see you next Monday.
All right. The landlord that filed this isn't the same landlord that I have at the moment. Is that still go with like this?
Say that again. I'm having trouble hearing you.
The landlord that filed this this order notice
Yes.
isn't the same landlord that I have at the moment.
All right. So they bought this from your previous landlord.
Yes.
All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the sale was pending and the eviction was a condition of the sale, but it took longer than everybody thought. They didn't understand that the scheduling. So between the filing and now, the property was sold to Norman Bontrager, but he was going to be here today to be part of this and he couldn't get up.
But
here.
is the current owner Industrious Capital?
No, not now.
But
Well, we're gonna have to fix that.
They sold it, but we can substitute the plaintiff if you'd like me to do that.
Yes.
there's no new lease.
Industrious Capital no longer owns the property.
There's no new lease.
Yes, that could be an issue here. Whether this defendant even has standing to bring this action. Or this plaintiff, if they don't own it. Well, who's the current owner?
Well, the current owner is Jerry Lambright, who's here with me. And like I said, just because the process took longer than anybody expected it to, they went ahead and closed. They had to have a closing. So now Norman Bontrack is, but I'll substitute
All
the
right,
plaintiff. Your
well,
Honor. That
we,
happens all the
let's,
time. There's a
well, we'll
procedure.
correct that next week, but,
Yep.
all right, Ms. Marquez, as of next week,
Yeah.
you're gonna owe 2477. And then there'll be an additional 10 days, you'll owe additional money from there. So it'll be about 2777 is what you're gonna owe. But we'll address it further next Monday, December 22nd at 2:20. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just for the
All right,
record,
thank
she'll
you.
still owe the money to this plaintiff, so I'll make him co-plaintiff.
Yes, well, the person that owns the property. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
We're gonna revert back for a minute to VA versus Melendez. Mr. Chevernak is back, Mr. Melendez is back. Did we make any progress?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor, we were
sir.
able to come to an agreement on this case, whereby Mr. Melendez and any occupants would have until January 26th to vacate the property. We agreed to a consent judgment with those terms.
All right, Mr. Melendez, did you hear what he said? Rather than January 2nd, they're gonna give you until January 26th to
Yes, Your Honor.
vacate. Is that what you agreed to?
Yes, it is.
All right, anybody threaten you or coerce you to do that?
No, Your Honor. I'm grateful for the extra time.
All right. Well, you're not represented by an attorney. You've just reached a consent judgment. So you do need to know that you have a 3 business day period to ask to set this judgment aside. If you did not understand or you felt that the agreement was unfair, you have 3 days to move to set this consent judgment aside. Mr. Chevernak, would you send me a consent judgment?
Yes, Your Honor, I will submit that.
All right, we'll note that Mr. Melendez consented on the record. Mr. Chevernak, our address is on the summons. It's 3B Civil at stjosephcountymi.gov. All right, thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Melendez, good luck. You do not have to appear next Monday. We just resolved the case with a consent judgment.
Okay. Will there be a meeting in January or?
Yes, you'll have until January 26th to vacate.
So will there be any more paperwork or court date, or is it just?
Yes, you'll get a judgment that reflects that. A consent judgment gives you until January 26th. January 26th is a Monday, late in the month of January.
Right.
All right, good luck, sir.
All right, thank you, and you have a happy holiday, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Barth versus Griffin. Ms. Griffin, could you join us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I think you can hear me and see me. I'm here.
Yes, yes. This is file number 252516. It's titled Clarence Barth versus Stacy Griffin. Ms. Griffin is here. Mr. Barth is here. He goes by the nickname of Topper. He's here in the background as Topper, and attorney John Colop is here for the plaintiff. Good afternoon, Mr. Colop.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
We knew this was coming. We had a previous hearing involving Mr. Barth and Ms. Griffin, and this matter's been coming to a head for several months now. Ms. Griffin, at the time we concluded the PPO matter, we discussed the fact that he was going to be filing this motion to terminate tenancy. He wants you to move. What's your position?
Well, I want to move too.
All right. The law says I have to adjourn this 7 days, which would take us to next Monday, the 22nd. Then you would get 10 days from that day to vacate or be subject to being evicted. So essentially that's January 2nd. You have the rest of the year to find a place to live. Have you had any success?
Yeah, I have somewhat of a plan, Your Honor.
Do you think you can move by January 2nd?
Yes.
All right. Are you willing to consent to that, or would you rather I set this over for hearing for next week?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to stay in my own lane here, or stay in the right lane, because there's a couple different ones here going on. So as far as, do I want to stay here? Not now. So that should be, I mean, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot either. I don't have an attorney. I am filing a civil case. So if I need, I mean, if I need time for that,
All right, well, let's
I just
continue
wanna
this to
drop the ball.
December 22nd at 2:30.
Okay.
Now, you're presently living there without paying any rent. Once he files this termination of tenancy action, he can't even accept rent. And you and he, let's just say your landlord-tenant relationship is completely broken down. So you need to move, you need to move. You would
Yeah.
move if you had somewhere to move to.
Well-
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I will be out by the 2nd. I know that.
All right, well, we'll discuss that then next week,
Okay.
December 22nd at 2:30. Now, if you do move, let's say you move this week, you don't even need to come back. But if you
Okay.
do move, you need to turn in the keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving out
To you or to him?
to him. Generally, you just leave the keys on the counter, but you need to leave a message with your forwarding address in writing within
Okay.
4 days of your moving out.
Okay.
And I know that you would like to get somewhere.
Yeah, and
So,
my 2nd, I'm not sure. I mean, if I could get till the 2nd with the holidays and everything, all the circumstances surrounding this, that would be greatly appreciated, but I'm not asking for anything.
all right, well, I think that's how it's gonna work. I would give you from the 22nd to the 2nd.
Okay.
And so, continue to work on that plan. All right, we'll
Okay.
address it further next week, but you
Okay.
would get 10 days from next week to vacate.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right, thank you. Do you have any questions?
I don't believe so. Not at this time.
All right, Mr. Collop, I don't know that we've ever met. You ever been to court in Centerville before?
If I have, Your Honor, a long time ago.
Well, you might have met Judge McManus. He was here for many years before I got here. But I've been here for 23 years, so I don't know. He must not get over here very much, but that's probably all right. All right. I'll see you next Monday at 2:30 and we'll see where we go with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Griffin, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll remove Mr. Barth. All right, I've got Judy from Walnut Meadows. I've got Lance Thornton from Walnut Meadows. What's your name, sir?
Elijah Perry.
All right, Mr. Perry, we'll start with you. I don't think you're first in line, but we'll start with you. This is file number 252329. This is a second hearing.
Yes.
We determined last time that your rent was $908.60. with late fees added in, plus a water charge. Then we add court costs of 184.33. When we were here last, we determined that the arrearage was 1,157.93. Mr. Thornton, has anything changed in that regard?
It has, Your Honor. I sent over an updated information sheet this morning.
Oh, she did give it to me, and it's here in front of me. So he's paid a lot, it appears. So we got December rent of $360, late fee of $45. His whole rent is $48.60. I think that swallowed up the water fee. Plus court costs of $184.33. He's down to $232.93.
That's accurate to my knowledge, Your Honor.
Right. That sounds very good, Mr. Perry.
Yes.
So your intention is to pay the rest of this?
Yes.
All
I
right.
actually have that today. I put my whole check on it last week, and I do get paid today around 6:30 p.m. So I plan on having that paid up today, no later than
Well,
today.
you got 10 days to pay it, so you're in good shape.
Okay.
All right, find that through December, rent is $48.60. That's pretty good. Court costs are $184.33. Really, when you get behind, it's like you get more behind, because then you get a late fee, then you
Yes.
get court costs, and it just sort of snowballs. So if you
Yes.
get back to square one by January 1, you'll be in good shape.
Okay,
So the
yes.
total amount due is $232.93. That is due within 10 days from today, which would be December 22nd. I'm sure you'll have this paid before then.
Yes, that will be
Partial
paid
payment.
today.
All right, partial payment will not prevent a writ of eviction. No money judgment is entered at this time. You also have until 22 to appeal this. And you could be liable for additional money damages if there's additional rent owed or other damage to the premises. But I think this is going to work out. You're going to pay, defendant intends to pay balance today.
No, that one.
No call back.
Very good. All right, you stay in contact with your manager. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. If I pay that today, will I have to show up again?
No, you won't. This matter will be over and done with.
Okay, cool. I intend on paying that today, no later than today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
This is some of the highest rent in St. Joseph County, 252440. Rent is $23.75 per month. Plaintiff contends that through December, rent is $7,125 in arrears, $75, which I think are 3 months of pet fees, and $248.01 for a total of $7,448.01. Mr. Berlin, is that still accurate?
That is correct for the possession judgment portion.
Mr. Franz, what's your position here?
As I said last week when we were in here, I mean, I've just had a really bad case of bad luck with life right now. My father had been sick, my vehicle keeps breaking down. I am looking for a new place and I will be getting things paid off as soon as I'm possibly able to.
All right, well, you have 10 days from today to vacate or you're subject to being evicted. You need to find something that's not so expensive. Rent through December is $7,125. They're also asking for a money judgment, which I'm going to enter in the amount of $5,437 and 248. You have 10 days from today to vacate, which is 12/22/25. As a practical matter, you're not likely to get evicted between now and Christmas. And then in the next week, there's only 1 or 2 business days. So as a practical matter, they probably are not going to be able to evict you until the 2nd of January. But you should plan to vacate. When you do, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving. Now, if you go out to the counter, the clerk will give you a copy of this. The money judgment is $5,437 plus costs of $248.01. They get 1 bite at the apple. So they've asked for it now and I'm giving it to them. They can't come back later and ask for the rest of it. They can, however, apply your security deposit to any unpaid rent, utilities, or costs. But if you go out to the clerk, she'll give you a copy of this order. And you're good to go.
Judge, were you
Thank you very
using
much.
December 22nd as the redemption day?
Yes.
That's 7 days from today.
Oh, you're right. I've been doing that all day. That would be the
Right.
20. Today's the 15th, the 25th. Thank you, Meg.
I didn't catch that either.
Well, nowhere in the history of the universe has ever been evicted on Christmas Day, but it'll be December 25th is the date, not the 22nd.
So for those
So the
other
next
judgments,
business day is the 26th. As I said, as a practical matter, nothing is going to happen until 2nd of January, probably. All right. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Judge.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you. The matter of Grasshopper versus Port of Call LLC. We had a hearing on September 15th. And Dustin, I can't read my writing. Your last name is Jasper?
Correct.
All right. Appeared for Grasshopper and no one appeared for Port of Call LLC. And so a judgment entered on behalf of Mr. Grasshopper Company for mowing services for Port of Call LLC. $610 plus costs, $676.25. Plaintiff has not received payment from Port of Call, so he did what's called a discovery subpoena. So he had served on Port of Call LLC at Eagle Drive in Kalamazoo a subpoena to appear for discovery today to show cause or to be able to inquire as to their ability to pay on this debt. The service was personal, it's $85 on Port of Call LLC at North Eager Lake Drive. I don't have anything that has a telephone number on it. If it was a person, I could do a bench warrant for their arrest and or show cause to show cause why they should not be found in contempt. But this is a LLC company. Mr. Jasper, what else have you incurred as a cost in addition to the $85 service fee?
Nothing, except for pain and suffering.
But there was a fee for the subpoena, wasn't there?
I think that was the $85 they had to issue it.
All right. Um,
Unless there was because I don't remember paying $85 to the court. I think they just did it,
Alright.
and then I paid the subpoena cost to issue it.
yeah, that should be more than $85, but,
I was thinking it was like 89 or somewhere. It was in the 80s.
all right, we'll sort it out.
I sent a receipt into your office, and they accepted it and documented it. And the person was served because they told me that they served him personally.
Yes, I don't know who that person is. Your judgment is against a corporation.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a phone number.
Yeah, that was the problem. He had a person that I always dealt with that was kind of like the middle guy, but I never even actually met the LLC owner. Is there any way you can contact the issuing place and then have them subpoena a person? Or this 1252 North Eagle Drive is just a residence on a lake?
Yes. What is port of call? What were you mowing?
It was Washburn Trailer Park in Colon, Michigan.
Okay,
And then they sold that to another company that I currently mow for called the Churchlight Communities. I mean, this guy paid all along. He was a good payer, and then he sold the company, and then he just didn't pay the last two invoices.
was the person a medical doctor?
I have no idea. I don't even know anything about him. I have the phone number of the guy that I contact, and he knows the guy personally. Guy that's like the middleman. If you want his number.
Well, the person they served was someone named Ash Kumar. If it were a person, I would simply do a show cause. I'm going to put a name on it. I'm going to do an order to show cause for contempt for Ash Kumar of Port of Call LLC. We got a subpoena an actual human person rather than a limited liability corporation. I suspect if we can ever get through to somebody that perhaps we would have some success. All right, I'm going to stop the live feed here and I'll have you give